Yo, it's Royal Rank, and today we're gonna be doing a song slash beat breakdown of my song "Get Quiet." Okay, so when I started off making this song, obviously I started off with the beat, but I was stuck because I didn't know what I wanted to do at first. I just know I wanted it to have like trumpets in it. I was going for a denzelcurry type of vibe, and so I grabbed out my MIDI. I was playing around with the keys a little bit, and then I found this. Right. And so then it was just this going back to back, and I could not find out what to put at the top of it. I was playing around with so many different counter melodies I could layer on top of that trumpet, and so nothing was working out until next day, you know, came back to the project. And so as always, I'm playing around, and then I figured this out. It came out like pause. And then I had a pause in between every repeat. And so I'm feeling it. I'm like, damn, okay, okay, okay. I like that. So next we got um I added this. I believe this is the violin. Yeah, so it comes in like that every 4 bars. So then I'm like, on some parts I want it to sound I don't know how to really explain it, but I wanted an organ. Now I went through so many different sound selections because with organs you got to be real careful with how you pick them out because some of them just be sounding absolutely out of whack, discourage you completely. I went inside of Expand. I grabbed a basic gospel organ, that's the name of it, and this right here, where this note comes in a little early, that was a mistake, but it actually made it sound a lot better and not just real repetitive. So yeah, even though everything's repeated, it gives it a little more variation. So then I went ahead and added these extra trumpet notes. Right. And so then this is how matter of fact, I'll add them all over here so you can hear how it sounds all together. Now, in order to not have the trumpets just overlapping each other, because this is a melody on its own, right? So, if I was going to use this right here, I would not put this in it. And if I was going to use this, vice versa. So then, moving on to the drums, I went for a real basic, like, trap drum pattern. So, the kick, that repeats. This is the hi-hat. A basic two-step, and then it speeds up. And then Now, for the bass, sometimes it could get a little tricky when you first start off in the like in a lower sounding. Okay, so like you're still in the key, but you're in the lower tone of it. So what I would do is bring it up at least one or two semitones, so I could get the notes correct, and then I would bring it right back down. Because of the bass, you don't want it. Like if you really want bass, you don't want it to be high. But in order to get the notes correct, then I would recommend you bring it up a semitone or two so you could get everything correct. And so that's what I did here. And moving on. What else? The snare. Like I said, basic trap pattern. Nothing crazy. And added a snare roll over here. And so this is how the drums is sounding. Right. So when the melody pauses, so does the drum. Besides on some parts with the bass and the kick, because the kick and the bass are following the same drum pattern, just, the bass doing its own thing. After I finish the beat, export, boom. Now we're moving on to the song portion of it. Now, with the song, when I was writing this, I was like, I listened to Still in the Paint by Denzelcurry. I was like, I like that Waka Flocka flow. So I borrowed that. And so, following within that flow, I just made, wrote some lyrics. And so I came up with this. Let me play my vocals.
See, when we speak, we better hear the room go quiet. These heathens think they smart, but they need to be in the silence. Time is running short, no other way to simplify it. I put shields on my neck, or the hedge round me if you try it.
Yeah, let me leak a little sauce real quick. This is what I use for my vocals, support vocals, and ad-libs. And it's pretty much the same form while I mix vocals. It's just you gotta match the way it sounds with the song. So not everything will be the exact same, but it's the same form. It's following within the same form. So, I start off the beat with originally I was just gonna start off the beat like this. There wasn't gonna be anything in the beginning, but I wanted to do a little, I don't know. I just felt like I should add something. And then it comes out. Over here, I'm over here breathing into the mic, and like building up the energy for the chorus to come in. So then when the chorus comes in, just do my ad-libs. And so, yeah, with my vocals, because they sounded real lonely. Like when you have your vocals just by itself with nothing under it, no layer, no support vocals, it sounds real lonely. So to add that texture, I say, to add that texture or to add the full, like to make it sound full, to make your vocals sound full, I recommend adding either a layer or just support vocals supporting the end of the word. So like, you are your own hype man with your support vocals. So my support vocals.
See, when we speak, we better hear the room go quiet. These heathens think they smart, but they need to be in the silence. Time is running short, no other way to simplify it. I put shields on my neck, or the hedge round me if you try it.
Right.
You do not want these problems. You do not want that pressure.
Right. Recorded, mixed, and mastered it. And so I came back in the project like 2 days later because the song was still like unfinished, and there was some things that needed to be corrected, which is all the grades that you're seeing here. Everything that got an X next to it is all the bad takes till I found the right one. So after I did that, I had a little idea for a little beat switch. I know a lot of people that may have heard my music know that I do a lot of the Jersey pattern stuff within my songs, and of course I don't want it to get too repetitive, but at the same time, what's hard is hard. Pause. And so I added a little beat switch. Let me see if I can find the so let me play the beat by itself. It goes from this to
We better hear the room go quiet. These heathens think they smart, but they need.
and then it goes back to the regular beat. With some of my songs, I notice I go like real loud, like I go loud and then I would go quiet. Not really quiet, but I would be yelling and then I'll go into a deeper tone. Like for example, right here.
You don't worry about money and digits. You a thief and a killer, we different. You a thief and a killer, you crazy. You been headed since we was a baby. I ain't stuck in no Benz Mercedes. I'm just hoping my God finna save me. You cannot take away what you did not give.
Again, adding like variation and more like basically just having fun with the song, not following the same thing that's been happening the entire song with me yelling.
You don't worry about money and digits. You a thief and a killer, we different.
I'm saying the way I'm doing this here, did the same thing
Tone too white, it hurts.
right? So then I switch it up, bringing your tone lower, it makes the song, or at least I feel like it makes the song a lot more interesting.
Killer, we different. You a thief and a killer, you crazy. You been headed since we was a baby. I ain't stuck in no Benz Mercedes. I'm just hoping my God finna save me. You cannot take away what you did not give. You have no love, you don't know what it is. Y'all just evil since you was a kid. Y'all pull up with choppers, a few sticks. See, when we speak, we better hear the room go quiet. These heathens think they smart, but they need to be in.
So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. More of this definitely coming soon because I enjoy doing this and I feel like y'all should join me in my creative I don't know the word, but you know. But yeah. Alright, I did forget to mention that when you're layering your instruments, especially with a lot of brass instruments or anything that deals with any live instrument really, or even your drums, just make sure you mix it accordingly. As in, with my trumpets, I added a little reverb so that it could layer properly and not just be so overwhelming or too loud. So in order to make it smoother, just make sure you add, you know, maybe a little reverb, a little delay, maybe mess with some EQing, take out some frequencies. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but yeah, just mix your instruments and peace. Shoo.